Good morning, everybody. And by everybody, we got to refresh the chat here. Who do we have? Do we have anybody? Is there anybody for everybody? Let's see what we got as the chat is pulling up. We got Moji and CD Wit. What's going on, guys? Moji, CD Wit, Moji, CD Wit. Both of you. So glad to have you in here right now. Let's pull the market up, do the little market interview, all that good stuff. If this page ever loads, Streamlabs is acting very, very slow. Streamlabs must think that, wow, dude, this guy's going live again. What the heck do? We don't know how to load. And it's really showing how slow it is today. So, yep, move this over here so that you guys can see the market over on YouTube. You're seeing it over on TikTok as well. Jeremy! Good morning, Jeremy. How you doing, man? Let's see what we got right now. We've got AMC in the top left-hand side of the screen sitting at $5.11. GameStop getting hit pretty hard today. GameStop sitting down. It is currently at $21.82. Down 1.76% on the day today. You got Shiba Inu Coin at the bottom right-hand side of the screen sitting at $14.66. Bitcoin, bottom left-hand side, sitting at $63,480 right there. Was it $65,000 one or 2 days ago? Where was it? Yesterday, touching $65,000. But unfortunately, Bitcoin is back down a little bit, $63,441. The NASDAQ sitting 0.99% lower on the day today. NASDAQ actually getting hit pretty hard. The overall market started to come back up over the last 2 weeks here, curling back over once again, almost double topping at this level at about 18,000 points. You got Dogecoin sitting at 10.6 cents, down 2.60% on the day today. Shiba Inu Coin down 2.90% on the day today. Ethereum down 1% on the day. Bitcoin down 1% on the day. The SPY down 0.36%. QQQ down 1.10%. Mullen Auto up 43%. Crap is going on with Mullen Auto, man. My gosh. Very large gain for Mullen Auto today, but guys, don't touch it, man. Don't touch it. I know that it's doubled in price since a couple of days ago, but holy smokes, this is the overwhelming downside of owning Mullen Auto. Just a couple of months ago, in February, it was trading at $10,000 per share. Today, it's trading up at 40 cents per share. So please keep that in mind. If you would have had $10,000 invested in Mullen Auto just a couple of months ago, you now have 48 cents. I mean, rugged crypto projects don't even do that. Sundial sitting at 207 today. Sundial down 1.66%. Netflix is down just slightly, $686.24. MPW down 2.5%. Tesla is down 3% today, man. Tesla down to $212. Amazon down 0.81%. And Apple down 0.86%. Red all over the market today. Everything is red. We're going to watch Bitcoin down on the bottom left-hand side of the screen. We're going to watch Shiba Inu Coin to the bottom right-hand side of the screen. GameStop top right, AMC top left. Watch them play out. Watch them tick. Hopefully get some action. And, well, hopefully get some good news. We've been filled with nothing but bad news for so long. We finally want some good news in the cryptocurrency space. So we shall stay tuned for that to see what we got going on there. But let's pull Streamlabs back up and see that we have nobody else in the chat except for Giovanni. Giovanni, good morning to you, man. How are you today? From the grave. Back from the grave, baby. Back from the grave. I'm getting killed with SLN. Can it jump back up? Smart Layer Network, that's what it is, right? Let's pull up SLN and see where that bad boy is at. But yeah, dude, listen, I think that everything can jump back up. There's been like 2 or 3 good days over the last almost full 3 months, okay? Let's just look at Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin on the daily here. Bitcoin on the daily, we can see that since June, right? Since kind of peaking out in June here, we had a very, very strong decline with like one good day. We started to bounce back a little bit. That lasted maybe 2 weeks, but it did not translate down into the tiny little meme coins. It was more of a rally in Bitcoin, but some altcoins did very well. Meme coins not necessarily affected. And then boom, faster than the previous decline, Bitcoin came down even further. Now, we are starting to move back up a little bit. We're getting some decent price action in Bitcoin, but it's not necessarily translating into meme coin excitement. So some of the altcoins are doing okay over the last couple of weeks as Bitcoin is recovering off $49,000 and currently sitting at $63,000. When I see Bitcoin moving, but I don't necessarily see meme coins and altcoins moving at the same pace, it kind of tells me that people are still very apprehensive, right? They're just not sure. The confidence isn't there, and therefore they're not going out and buying riskier assets yet. I do think, okay, that we could be gearing up for that transition from risk off to risk on. A lot of talk about Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve going to lower interest rates soon. And if they begin to do that, it's not going to have necessarily an immediate impact that sends Bitcoin through 70,000, we break all-time highs, the meme coin rally begins, and so on. But it's going to set the stage. Let's see. You ever done a sober stream? Best crypto for long-term hold. Shiba, Quinty. Yes, I'm sober right now, man. Let's see. But the transition from risk off to risk on could soon be happening. And that is because we could be lowering interest rates, right? And if we start to lower interest rates, it's going to be a transition. It might take a couple of years to get down to rock bottom interest rates. But then investors are not going to have the option. They're not going to have the option to go out there and make 5% on their bank account. They're not going to have the option to go out there and buy bonds at elevated rates. They're going to have to, if they want to make money, they're going to have to flow to riskier assets like Bitcoin. And then, of course, Bitcoin's going to become saturated, and then meme coins, and so on. So, yeah, with that being said, kind of set the stage for the overall market. Let's jump into SLN and see where we are. SLN, Smart Layer Network, 13 cents right now. I know we got the overall market pulled up here. Let's close out Weeble just a little bit if Streamlabs loads, man. There it is. All right, take that off. Let's look at SLN here. Man, SLN on the daily has been coming down hard. Holy smokes, dude. Sitting at a tiny little $2 million market cap. This is strange to me, right? $2 million market cap, but only $19,000 in the liquidity pool right now. That is just a bizarrely low number. $19,000 in the liquidity pool with a $2 million market cap. This is a very, very low liquidity pool. It is a daily chart. Can it come back up? What's the lowest SLN has ever been? Did this token launch in March here? I'm not getting any price action prior to March. I don't know if this token launched in March, or February. Seems like this token may have launched at the end of February here and has only really ever come down. Let's say this, 31,000 holders, $4,000 in volume. It is hanging on by a thread, but it is hanging on. So yes, this token can very easily bounce back up. We've got $19,000 in the liquidity pool. If somebody comes in with a $5,000 buy, you're going to see essentially a 50% increase or roughly a 50% increase in the price of SLN here. It could very easily get back up, man. I don't know what the reasoning for that would be, though, right? I don't know how well these guys are marketing. I don't know how much attention they're getting. 31,000 holders is a lot of holders, though, but they need to get back on the board. The liquidity pool is small enough that, yes, this token could easily bounce back up, but what's going to drive it, I guess, is my question. If they get the attention, sure, but what's going to drive that demand there? Hey Clay, how are you? Hey bros, what is going on? Alien Head Intelligence. You know what? Feels good to be back, man. I know we had about 2 weeks off, and hung out with my grandpa a lot more than I expected last week. Should be good. Should be everything normal for about a month. I'm gonna be going to Florida at the end of September, so I just want to let you guys know that. and then probably good for an entire year or something in terms of schedules there. But yep, everything should be back to normal for quite some time now, and then we will deal with the vacation when it gets here, and then after that we're all gonna be good, man. Bye bye. Got any info on the whole SHIB devs, the land, Shibarium, etc.? Seems no one really reports on them anymore. Yeah, CD Wit, man. Here's kind of like my take on it, right? The Shiba developers, you've got Cal and Satoshi right now. Okay, they're being very quiet. And I think that this is part of their transition into sailing off into the sunset. Now, here's the thing, man. Satoshi he's got his fame in the Shiba Inu Coin community. If he can give that up, I think that dude truly pulled off one of the best heists ever. He came in, he convinced, or cons maybe. He came in, he convinced a couple million people, 3 million total on the SHIB token Twitter account, another million on his. He convinced a couple million people that he is in charge of Shiba Inu Coin. He was then able to sell them NFTs, Bone, Leash, Shiboshis, Metaverse lands, and so on. And his plan is to sail off into the sunset. Dude, if he can pull off a couple million or tens of millions of dollar heist and sail off into the sunset, that dude accomplished what a lot of people are never able to do. Now, he could go on and he could do it with another token as well. He could come in next year and say that he is the owner of Pepe as well, create a completely different persona, and try to do the same thing with Pepe holders. But will he give up the fame? Will he give up the spotlight? Will he give up that control and authority that he has? And I think that's the tough question, man, because people, they typically never know when to stop. They never know when to fold them, get up from the table, and walk away. So Satoshi has been much quieter lately, and Lucy, seemingly has been much quieter. I'm not 100% sure because I'm blocked. So she's seemingly been much quieter. But recently talking about the DAO, that decentralized autonomous organization, where Shiba Inu Coin Bone leash holders are going to govern the SHIB community. To me, it seems like they're setting it up so that they can sail off into the sunset and then do their own thing, whatever they want, go hijack another community or whatever. We're just going to have to see how that plays out, though, man. But I think that's what's going on right now. Bob! Yes, let's check out Bob, man. I did not buy any Bob, but I remember looking at Bob last week when J-Bones bought in at the absolute bottom. It's right here, actually, so let's see. Did it hit a new bot? Oh, very nice, J-Bones. Very nice. Very nice. All right, so J-Bones had a little 50% gain here over the last couple of days, bouncing from 4 zeros and a 2 up to 4 zeros and a 3, back down to 4 zeros and a 25 right now. So these are my lines on Bob. I actually believe that this is a very strong level of support right here at 4 zeros and a 2. Now, I don't know if it's going to completely, like, you look at this one, right? And maybe here, gosh, the sticky graph is terrible. I don't understand what's up with DEX tools. I don't understand why it does that. I don't know what the best graph is or the best angle to put this on is. Well, you guys can see. Tabbing it, lower highs, lower highs, and it finally breaks out of that wedge. Kind of here, if you do the same deal, right, you may end up in this area right here, continuing to hit these lower highs. You might slightly adjust the angle, and we may already have broken out, right? So depending on your analysis, depending on where you put that, where you put this line, this is almost a perfect parallel with this line right here, and this is the break. You had a little bit of a decline right here, and then it ripped. So it's following almost the exact same pattern as it did back here, right? And I'm not one that thinks patterns have to happen over and over and over and over again or repeat themselves in the same manner. But dude, when you see something like this, technical traders are driven to invest based or driven to trade based on those technicals. So what do we have, man? This one might be the same thing if we just come down here and look at this. Very similar, at least. Okay? Might be a slightly different angle on this first one right here. We'd have to pull it out like over here if you really wanted to test it. And I probably would have put my line like right there. But what you end up with, man, are 3 declines of lower highs at almost the exact same angle right here. The exact same bottom and roughly the same top. Okay? You get cut short a little bit right here by about 5%. So looking at this, dude, you could show this. I could show this to my nephew. He just started kindergarten. He's smart enough to recognize a pattern and rips up. Taps the resistance, falls back down at this angle. Once it busts this wedge, rips up, tests this resistance, falls back down at the same angle. Breaks the wedge, rips back up, touches, falls back down at the exact same angle. But look where we are right now, okay? You were at this point right here. You're at this point right here. You're at this point right here. If the pattern repeats itself on Bob, you are gearing up for roughly, it might not make it all the way up, but roughly a 3 to 4x increase in the price. So, dude, if enough technical traders view this chart right here, I mean, they're going to make it happen. They're going to make the pattern repeat itself. But this is, I mean, dude, you'd almost be crazy if you've got money sitting there. You'd almost be crazy not to try and play that technical pattern right there. It's the exact same thing happening over and over and over again. Let's see. Take a look at my Jivo. Last week they started working with Shell Gas. I'm still down on the stock, but I have a lot of time. Hey, Jivo, yeah, man. I did a couple videos on Jivo a few years ago. I own Jivo briefly. I don't own it anymore, but yes, Brian, let's check out Jivo real quick. I believe they're like a clean fuel alternative or something. Maybe they make fuel out of corn or something like that. I forget what they do. I know they're in the fuel industry. All right. Jivo Inc. Jivo is currently sitting at 94 cents. Bouncing up beautifully from last week at 48 cents, doubling in price. Oh, no, not last week, maybe 2-3 weeks ago. Beginning of August here, August 8th to the 26th here, 20 days, about 3 weeks. So Jivo doubling in price over the last 3 weeks. But it is down. I remember a couple years ago, it was at $3, and we're down quite drastically from there. So Jivo longer term has seen some steady declines, right? But it is bouncing very, very nicely and getting a lot of bullish indicators over the last 3-4 weeks here. So I'm not 100% sure what's driving this rally, if they've got some news or, you say it might be because they're going to be working with Shell. So that's a possibility that they're getting a nice increase. But one of the strongest increases that they have had over the last couple of years. This was a nice one, going from $1 up to $1.79. But what they've experienced already in the last 3 weeks is even stronger percentage gain. So yeah, dude, Jivo actually looking pretty good over the last 3 weeks. But long term, it's not looking as good. Here's another thing that you might like. Okay, it just bottomed out right at 48 cents there. The bottom here was 46 cents. Tapped it, ripped up in end of 2020, beginning of 2021. Ripped up from 40 cents to $16. Very strong move so far. and on the weekly chart, crossing over the 13 and the 48-week moving average. So this is a very strong 3 weeks for GIVO, and it's bouncing off the same exact lows that it bounced off of at the end of 2020. I will say the end of 2020 was a much different time. Okay, the end of 2020, people were electing an administration who believed in clean energy, and people were out there preparing, and once that took place and the administration took charge, clean energy was all the hype. GIVO, Plug, ChargePoint, all of these stocks soared higher, and of course they did absolutely nothing with them, and they have done nothing but declined since the original rip at the end of 2020, beginning of 2021. So I don't know if they're kind of anticipating the same thing now, and depending on election results here in the United States, these clean energy stocks could rise again. Or of course, if we're going to be going towards steel, manufacturers, American jobs, and stuff like that. So we'll have to see how it plays out. But yeah, man, GIVO getting some very strong action over the last 3 weeks there, rising from 48 cents back up to about $1 in less than a month. So very strong, and hopefully it continues to move back up for you, man. Where's your break-even point on it? Hey, y'all, long time no see. Missing link. What's going on? I like it. Oop, don't get the vid again. Something, I might have missed that. It's Bob's going to list on Paulson. Oh, is it really? Moji, that's crazy. How's Paul Chain doing, man? How's Paul Chain doing? I haven't even looked at Honorarium. How's Honorarium doing? Hi all, what's going on? Kai, hello to Kai. Ripple, with all the adoption all over the world, Dubai, Japan, United Arab Emirates, etc., and basically the SEC BS is over, why hasn't Ripple exploded? I see XRP rivaling Ethereum in the next 5 years wise, if not sooner. CD Wit, my best guess, okay, is, and this is just a guess, right? My best guess is that because the utility with XRP, right, is buying and selling. It's not necessarily buying to invest in XRP, but XRP is really a utility token. XRP allows you to transfer money from one country to another country, from one institution to another institution, immediately and extremely cheap. So it's just a means of transfer, really, because the people that are sending and receiving money, they still are sending and receiving money in their fiat currency. So let's say a Brazilian bank is doing business with a European bank. They're sending Brazilian reais over to a bank that wants euros. So the Brazilian reais are converted into XRP. The XRP is sent to the European bank in XRP. And then because that bank wants euros, the XRP is transferred to euros. So the only time that it's really held in XRP is while it's being transferred. It's almost an immediate buy and sell for roughly the same exact value, right? So that's the only guess I have right now as to why it's not necessarily exploding. You're right. The demand is there. The SEC is losing everything in all of the cases that they're bringing against people and businesses. But that's really the only way that I can, justify it in my mind. Is that XRP is a utility token, but it's not necessarily it's not necessarily being held, right, by the major institutions that are using it. Clearly, people are buying XRP and holding it. Let's see. I'm gonna mail monkeys out of Gorilla in fantasy football this year. Make monkeys. I was like, mail monkeys, man. Well, all right. Mail monkeys, Gorilla, we got them all. You want to check out a stock? Take a look at XLP. Been in my portfolio for a year and a half. XLP. XLP. Very similar to XRP. XLP. Dang, man. I love it when stocks look like this. Holy smokes. All right, full year right here. Year and a half takes you back down to about this area. You had a little bit of a loss there. Would have been beautiful to get in off this bottom. Bottom. Ripped up. Consumer Staples Selects Sector Spider ETF there. What a phenomenal 2024, man. Wow. And it's got a 2% dividend yield on top of it. Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh, man. Dude, look at this graph right here. I can't zoom out anymore on a weekly. I can't. Oh my goodness. I can zoom out on a monthly here. Oh jeez. I don't know what the cat just knocked over, but I heard something fall. Dude, look at this graph since the bear market of 2008 there. Bottoming out March of 2009, like everything did. You want to talk about a graph that has done nothing but go up. You got your 2020 lockdown lows. Very, very strong decline here. But look at this graph, man. Wow. It's like 15 straight years of nothing but up. Wow. Dude, it almost makes like, okay, let's say this is a very, very quick rise right here. Kind of reverting from the mean a little bit and pulling away from the mean. Imagine it just retraces back down and tests this 48 or 13 period moving average here, and you buy back in. I mean, one would expect that 15 years from now, the same way 15 years from here, it's growing at the same pace. Because it's done nothing but grow at that pace for the last 15 years, so why would it stop now? Wow, dude. Not bad when you don't have to worry about a stock ever losing money. Crazy. XLP, very strong stock there. Alien Head, very strong. Let's see. I already have 6 mini monkeys. Don't know if I can handle any more. Moji. Yeah, the gorilla's got 6 mini monkeys. My goodness. He says you need a bigger organ grinder. Oh, jeez. I was going to connect my X account to dogs for the airdrop, so I read the permissions. I was giving dogs. Jeez! No way. I didn't read the I didn't read the permissions on it, man. I haven't connected my X account. What does it allow him to do? Just basically post tweets on your X account or what? Give me a little summary. Hey bro, yo bro, been a hot minute, man. A long paternity leave from Microsoft was real nice. Gorilla. Heck yeah, man. There you go, dude. Good morning, bros. Michael, good morning to you. What are your thoughts on the VIX spiking again? Well, we can take a look at it, I think. So the volatility index, and I don't know when it really started to spike. So let's see. Are you talking in this area right here? Jeez, I don't know when the last... I don't know exactly what date the last interest rate meeting was. But this could have been very, very close to that period of time. And a lot of people have been expecting rate cuts. And anytime you get news like that, then the volatility index could spike dramatically if we do decrease or if we begin to cut interest rates. So that's kind of my best guess as to the reasoning for a spike in the volatility index here. But unfortunately, I forget when the last meeting was, so I don't exactly know if it's around this time frame. It sounds like it could be, but that'd be my best guess. So volatility, man, is just that. The volatility index is just a tracker or an indicator of the current volatility in the market. And you kind of got to go like, why are we seeing an increase in volatility right now? What's happening that is causing people to buy and sell at an elevated rate? And right now, wars and rumors of wars and stuff like that, and everything going on overseas, and all of that could drive volatility. But I think that the vast majority of kind of the market right now is focused on interest rates and potential interest rate cuts. So that would be my best guess as to why you were seeing a spike in the volatility index, but I could be wrong. Let's see. What do you think about dogs? Manager. Is dogs already out, or is it another pre-sale token? Let me know. We can look up dogs. I want person to change your account settings for one thing. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, it might just be so they can see your analytics or something. I'm not 100% sure, okay? Hello, Clay and Chat. Jeremiah, good morning to you. This would be a good time for Bitcoin to rally. This would be a great time for Bitcoin to rally. Bitcoin sitting at 63,600. I want to see Bitcoin at $80,000. Guys, I am stacked, right? I do have some more money that I can deploy, but I don't really want to. So I'd rather just let it sit in USDT. Or buy in, if of course I take some profit elsewhere and redeploy some of that. But my goodness, man. We've seen some nice action over the last couple of weeks here in Bitcoin, but I want to see some new action, right? I want to get out of this channel where $70,000 is too high and we can't break through it. If you go all the way back, dude, $70,000 was too high to break through 3 years ago. Too high. All we need is a little bit of a rally from where we're at right here. And we are talking about Bitcoin soaring in price. So, yeah, man, I want Bitcoin to rally, but I want Bitcoin to rally beyond 70,000 into 80,000 so that we can see how high people are actually willing to take it. How high do you think they go? Do you think they get stuck at 80? I think they might get stuck at 80 once they break it. 80 or 75. I don't know if it's going to just explode beyond the 70,000 highs. Man, Dogecoin 2014 looking pretty good. Still over 3,000% interest if you're going to stake. Yeah, dude, and they got some new updates that they're going to want me to talk about over the next couple of days and weeks here. When they cross that $500,000 mark, that airdrop is going to be ready to go. It's going to be solidified. So if you become a VIP member, you guys are going to be getting free Dogecoin as well. And the last time I looked, let's see if I got it up here. AMC going to $50 August 27th. Remember me. Epstein. Gotcha, man. I will remember you, my friend. I will remember you. I did not mean to take that off. I meant to move Weeble. Streamlabs is... This lag is killing me. Man. Jeremiah, man. Actually, I don't think I got too much sun. Alright, now, here we go. Okay. Leaderboard. How many people we got now? 32. Guys, let's see. Now, I believe you're going to be splitting it accordingly, right? But the vast majority of people only have 1,000, and a couple people bought more than 5,000. And this dude, bossing, 22,000. So let's see. I don't even need a calculator for that. Guys, if they're sitting, if they raise a couple $1 million and you're sitting on $100,000 in Dogecoin airdrops, the amount that you receive is essentially going to cover the vast majority of tokens that you bought. So, let's say that everybody bought 1,000. All of a sudden, you're splitting $100,000, say, between 30 people. You're all walking away with $3,000 at that point. But of course, this guy, he's going to get a pretty big chunk. This guy up here, he's gonna get a pretty big chunk of the Dogecoin rewards. So, but knowing that, man, let's say that you get at the end of everything, you end up buying $1,000 worth. You walk away with $500 in Dogecoin. Well, now all of a sudden you've got your $500 back, so you really only got $500 invested. You've come out here, you've staked at 30 plus X. Now you're sitting here making ridiculous amounts, and you have even more Doge 2014 when it launches. Yeah, man. Plus the 30 to 50% bonus that you're gonna get. Let's say you buy, 1,000 USDT. That's a 30% bonus that you're getting as well. So, I mean, your Doge 2014 is essentially free. When it's all said and done, you get some girl math going on there. You get you get a Dogecoin reward, and you get a bonus reward, and you get your staking rewards. It's like you're getting free Doge. It's like you're getting free Doge 2014. You just spent $1,000, but it's really free. Oh yeah, is that crypto math or is that girl math, man? Now I don't even know which math it is, but yeah, that's what you guys got there. Free Doge 2014. Let's just make it simple. Free Doge 2014 when you buy $1,000 worth of Doge 2014. It's free. New astrophotography gear ordered only, God, dude, $6,715. Dude, Frank is literally going to the moon. My gosh, Frank, dude, you know what you should do for real? If you've got that type of equipment, share your pictures, share everything that you're able to do. Dude, share the process of buying it. I don't know, you want to start a TikTok, you post YouTube shorts, longer form content, whatever. A lot of people, well, let's just put it this way, dude. A lot of people cannot afford $6,700 worth of astrophotography equipment. And even if they could, a lot of people would never spend it, right? They would never go out there and buy it, but they have an interest in that subject, and they want to see more. They want to see these pictures. They want to know if space is real. They want to know all of this stuff. Dude, you could probably do very well having fun looking at and taking those pictures and sharing them with people who are interested as well. So that would be something. Dude, you'd probably be able to make much more than all of that back. And dude, if you start it up, I mean, you can write it off too, right? I'm not saying just start the channel to write it off, but dude, if you share your experience with other people and all of a sudden you start to get some followers and you start to, do it as a little bit of a side hustle, you just knocked off 30% in taxes off your stupid equipment prices, and now it really only cost you $4,000, so... Check it out, Frank. Check it out. I would start posting that stuff because I would love to see some of the pictures you're able to take. Dogs is already listed. All right, let's take a look at dogs. Little load dogs here. Dang, Mello's up 50%. Oh, yeah. I do remember this one. Is it this one or what are we looking at, man? It can't be this one. There's not $571 trillion in the liquidity pool. Is it this one? Not that. Is it this one right here? This has only got 1 day. me see. Manager, tell me if I'm looking at the right one. Let's see, 120K, T-Man wins. Let's get started. Dude, I need $120,000 Bitcoin, man. Oh my gosh, dude. I need it. I need this stuff to go up like that. Is Visa or MasterCard a good stock to get into? I see the charts. I'm contemplating getting in on both. Dropped internet connection. Yes, man, we can look at those as well. My average on Jibo is 339. Oh my gosh, clicking all season come this year. Very good average, Brian. I hope that it gets back up to that level. Still got to triple from here to get back up there. Claudio, yes. Altcoin season can come this year. Will the peak come this year? Will the all-time highs come this year? I believe that the all-time highs are probably going to be coming next year. Okay? And that's just because of the 4-year bull market cycle peaking out in 2017. 4 years later, 2021. 4 years later, 2025. Okay, that's my best guess as to when you're going to see the peaks. But yeah, it can either start this year or it can go up nicely this year. Let's look at the Discord member chat. I got to see what Frank bought here. Dang, dude. The camera and the mount, $2,000 a piece. I don't know what the heck apochromatic quadruplet refractor optical tube is. Frank's got me saying some tongue twisters, man. Frank's got me saying some tongue twisters just to pronounce his gear. Holy smokes. You ready for the PlayDoge launch? Yes, I am. Alien Head, man. I am loaded. I got a lot of PlayDoge. I'm hoping PlayDoge works out very well. I'm contemplating adding either a little bit more to my PlayDoge, or if I see some sort of a stupid sell-off right at the beginning of the launch, I'm contemplating whether or not I should add a little bit more prior to the launch, or potentially averaging down a little bit after the launch. But I do have a lot of PlayDoge. I bought PlayDoge the very first day. The very first day that it came out, I'm pretty sure is when I bought all of my PlayDoge. And I've been sitting on it since day one. So it's been a while. And I hope that it goes up. If PlayDoge goes up, I'm actually going to make a lot of money. If PlayDoge goes down, I'll probably have to average down a little bit. But if PlayDoge goes up, I'm going to make a lot of money in PlayDoge. So here's to hoping that this is a very successful launch day and not everybody gets all nervous. I know when WienerDog AI launched, stupid market got ripped by like 10% that day. It was a very tough day for the launch. And I hope that we don't see that this time. I hope that PlayDoge launches, and it's like 2 or 3 days, and I hope Bitcoin is ripping 70,000 when it launches. Ethereum is, you know what? I don't care how much Ethereum is ripping. Actually, I want BNB to do well. I want BNB like back up above 600, $650 as PlayDoge launches there. Very exciting day. And you know what's actually making a comeback, dude? Katamoto. Katamoto is making a comeback as well. Speaking of BNB, Katamoto was down to I think like 3 zeros and a 15 or 3 zeros and a 12 or something, and it's back up to 3 zeros and a 45 today. So Katamoto was back up very nice to like 3 zeros and a 45, and I had shaved a decent amount of my Katamoto, but I added back in. So I'm actually doing pretty well on Katamoto right now, and I got a lot of that too. So hopefully we start to see, like Claudio wants, some very nice price increases, and hopefully we start to see altcoin season really taking off. Hoping to get my stake coin back before it goes live, and I'll keep my stake in there forever. Yeah, you know what, Jeremiah, man? I know that Doge 2014 is like focusing on the Dogecoin celebration in 10 years and all of that stuff, but dude, the rewards are insane. If you can continue staking that stuff, even if it never does well, right? Even if it never catches on and rips up 100x in value, the staking rewards plus the bonuses plus the Dogecoin airdrops, like all that stuff adds together, man. And when you're talking about 30xing your money on an annualized basis right now, dude, a 30x is like, it's ridiculous, man. First, F-I-R-S-T, first in the chat, Pudgy. Yeah, right, Pudgy. You're a little slow today. Look who decided to finally show up. Bender, what's going on, man? I finally decided to come back and hang out. That's what I wanted to do. No, man, it was crazy. A week before, I was at a cabin. I was at a water park with my family, all of that stuff. And then last week was a little hectic. Hanging out with my grandpa a few days, and like a few unexpected days as well. So yeah, here we are. We're back. We're back till at least the end of September. I'm gonna be going to Florida in the end of September, and hopefully doing that. I don't even remember, but I don't even think I took a vacation last year. Did I? Can you guys remember? I honestly, I can't even remember, but I don't even think I did. I think it was like 2 years ago that I got sick, wasn't it? Gosh, dude. Dude, you guys like fry my brain, man. I can't even remember what took place last year. I can't even remember what took place last year. You guys got me going crazy, man. It just like you start to hallucinate. You look at these stupid lines on the screen, day in and day out. The ups and the downs, day in and day out. The reds and the greens, the ins and the outs. Buying and selling and making and losing. Yeah, dude, it's hallucinatory, man. You can't look at these lines all day like I do. You start to forget what you did last year. Right, I care about Ethereum hurts my feelings. Oh, no. I have, let's see. Yeah, I got a lot more. If you add all my Ethereum and Ethereum tokens together, I've got a lot more than I do BNB. Huh? Yes. Yeah, I do, because I was going to say it was going to be pretty close. Like, excluding USDT, because I got more USDT on the Ethereum network. But I recently bridged some BNB over to Solana. So it actually could have been close in actual Ethereum and then Ethereum tokens like meme coins and stuff. But if you're adding USDT in, I got more USDT on Ethereum. Let's see. Long-term retirement fund. There you go, man. LTRF, long-term retirement fund. Visa, MasterCard charts are really tempting. Dropped internet connection. Let's take a look at them here, shall we? We shall, as soon as Streamlabs loads. Tick, tock, tick, tock. There it is. Visa's just V, right? It is. Oh, dude, look at the yeah. So look at the monthly on Visa here. You know what? Let's take a look at MasterCard too. What is MasterCard? MasterCard. All right, both phenomenal graphs. Let me go out on a limb. Okay, you look at these. You look at these graphs here. This is a monthly chart going back to 2006 when this stupid stock was trading at $4. Okay, $4 to $470, 100xing over the last 18 years, dude. I know Visa and MasterCard came out well before, you could use a Visa and MasterCard well before 2006. I think this is going to be a representation of what you see in the blockchain space and just the cryptocurrency market. Okay? Once it becomes mainstream, we're not there yet, right? If you go ask your friend if they have a credit card or if they have a bank card, or if they've ever made a purchase online, the answer is going to be yes. I don't know if you could tell me one person in your life that doesn't have a credit card, a bank card, or has ever made a purchase online. I think everybody at this point has. Once the cryptocurrency market, and then you can ask the same friend if you want, if they own or have ever owned any cryptocurrency and their thoughts on cryptocurrency. Because they'll tell you, bank cards are very important. It's nice to have access to your money and not carry around cash. It's nice to be able to go swipe that at the gas station and fill up your tank without having to go in and hand the guy a $20 bill. It's nice to do all of that. But if you ask them about cryptocurrency, they probably have a very different perception of it. Once crypto becomes mainstream, and like I say, we're not even there yet. So the gains that we can see back here in this area, before it ever becomes adopted, before it ever becomes embraced by retail, this is where the real money is made. But then once it does, look at the beautiful, steady curve that we could have following the, I guess, mainstream adoption of blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. This is what's going to take place when everybody else decides to jump in. Right now, sure, we got to deal with the volatility, but we are still so low compared to where we will be. It's fascinating. So, yeah, dude, these are very, very nice graphs. The only thing that I would say, and I don't think that this is going to happen anytime soon, but are credit cards and are these centralized financial institutions like Visa and MasterCard, are they, the blockbusters of our time? Will cryptocurrency one day interrupt Visa and MasterCard? Are they too set in their ways to actually compete with decentralized finance? And if the answer is yes, right, you may see both of these industries or both of these companies in this industry face drastic competition and eventually die out. You look at Blockbuster. Blockbuster could have competed. They could have easily competed with Netflix. Dude, Netflix was rather stupid when it first came out. You say to yourself, I want to rent a movie. I want to watch a movie. I'm going to have some friends over. I want to watch a movie on the weekend. But I have to pick what movie I want to watch on Tuesday. And I need to know that that's the movie I want to watch by Saturday. I'm going to go into their online, I'm going to go to their website and put it in my queue. And then when it's available, it's going to get mailed to my house. And then when it gets mailed to my house, I'm going to watch it and then return it and then wait again for the next one in my queue to show up. I mean, Netflix was rather dumb, but it upset the industry. And it completely destroyed the industry. You guys know what having a Blockbuster, right? You can't go to the store and pick out a movie. Talk about a Redbox, right? You've got all of these things that could come along and destroy the financial sector if they're unwilling to embrace change and they're unwilling to pivot. I don't know, man. Just my thoughts. I really do like cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, decentralized ledgers, all of that stuff. So we'll have to see how it plays out, man. But it does have a very nice graph. It does. I would buy in easily on that graph if you believe there's no chance that the industry gets upset. I'm ready. Auto draft like Clay, bro. That's how you got to do it, man. That's how you got to do it. Auto draft is the only way that you stand a chance. Otherwise, you got to know what these people's names are and who they are. When do you think Pepe Unchained will go live? I don't know what their total raise is, Brian, but it can't be that much longer from now. They've already raised over $10.6 million, so I don't think it's going to be that long before they do go live. Jeffrey says, hey, when do you think the Ethereum ETF will start to affect the price, and do you think that it can go to 5,000? Yes. Personally, I believe that the Ethereum ETF has already affected the price of Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum was trading down around $1,200 to $1,500. ETF talks came out. Ethereum rose up to $4,000 on speculation, and all of that started to come back down a little bit. and so on. So a lot of the effect has been speculation so far. But when do I think the actual impact and long-term impact the ETF is going to have? Dude, when retail feels rich again. I mean, that's kind of where I'm placing it. You don't have a ton of retail money flowing into these ETFs, into cryptocurrencies, or anything for that matter at the moment because people are strapped. I've seen two different numbers, right? 11,000 something, I believe, is nationwide. $11,000 a year is how much more people are paying now for the same standard of living than they were just a couple of years ago. Inflation has literally destroyed any savings that a family could have when you're paying $11,000 a year more for the same standard of living that you were a couple years ago. So that's $11,000 that these people don't have that they could have invested. Here in Ohio, they've been running a lot of political ads on the crap that I watch on YouTube, and it's like every single ad too. 824, 850, something like that. An extra $850 a month that the average household here in Ohio is paying over what we were just a couple of years ago. So I don't know if we'll ever get that money back, right? I don't know if incomes are going to have to rise to offset that. I highly doubt we ever see some like deflation and prices actually come back down. So until we can alleviate that stress of an extra $11,000 or $800 a month, $11,000 a year, until people like regain that purchasing power, I think you're going to have some very hard, times to go through before we rise up and feel rich again. One of the things that will help, lowering interest rates. That is a huge chunk, man. If you're paying an extra 5% on, a $300,000 house, you're talking about an extra, $15,000 a year on that house. Lower the interest rates by 5%, get them back to where they were before, and that's one of the easiest ways to cut down on that elevated expense. So, yes, we will get there, man. It's just going to take a while. Let's see. Agreed. Wiener Dog AI killed me. I had sold some of my Wiener Dog AI, but I bought more Wiener Dog AI, so I'm back to about the same level that I was before, but my cost basis now is I don't know if it's a 2 zeros or 3 zeros, the 4. So 2 zeros, 3 zeros, and a 4, whatever the number is there, is where my average is on Wiener Dog AI. Change is inevitable. It is, man. It is. Industries will die if they do not change. Moji is right on that. You just have to be, agile enough to pick them and spot them as they come by. Should not buy 54.8. Chris, I don't know what you mean. Thanks, Clara. Till the next time. Hope that each and every one of you have an absolutely, man. Guys, it is. Have a great afternoon, bro. Fam, Gorilla, you as well. It is 1:01. An absolute pleasure to be back. The 20 of you guys that are in here hanging out, you're the only 20 that's going to be successful. Everybody else is going to come in, double dipping the live streams. I like it, Pudgy, man. Thank you very much for jumping over on TikTok as well. Anybody over on TikTok following, thank you very much. We got Robert, Pudgy, Aaron, Big Daddy, and Zach over on TikTok right now. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you hit that follow button if you didn't already. And we'll do a couple shout outs over here on YouTube. It feels good to be back, guys. Like I said, we're going to be back on schedule for at least a month. End of September, we'll take a little vacation again, then we'll be back throughout the rest of the year. All that good stuff. Shout out to Jeffrey, man. Brian, have a great day. Dropped internet. See you later, man. Alien Head, dropped internet. We got Moji, Chris, see you later. Big Daddy, thank you very much for being in here over on TikTok, dude. Appreciate you. That nice comment there. What do we got? We got Chris, man. ATM or all the money. I like it, man. All the money. Not at the money. We got all the money, baby. Dropped internet Moji, Gorilla Moji, old round. We got Gorilla, Michael, Jeffrey, Pudgy, double dipping, baby. Put 383 on TikTok. TikTok, dude. 383. Ain't it 883? Payday 3, isn't it? I hope it is. Pudgy, see you later, man. Old Rounder, Dropped Internet, Kai, all of you guys. You know what time it is. You want to say it with me? Say it with me. Till the next time. Hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.